Welcome to Nationwide. I am Minna Daniels. The federal government has reiterated its commitment to boosting food security through strategic partnerships with development agencies aimed at encouraging increased investment in food production across the country, in line with President Tinubu's renewed hope agenda. Minister of Water Resources and Sanitation, Professor Joseph Otsev, disclosed this when the newly appointed country representative of the Food and Agriculture Organization to Nigeria, Dr. Guden Hussein, and his delegation paid him a courtesy visit in Abuja. Dr. Hussein said the visit is to intimate the minister on the opportunities for strategic development and collaboration in FAO's intervention areas, including investment through grants, loans, and capacity building. The minister emphasized President Tinubu's strong commitment to enhancing food production in the country, recalling that these efforts inspired the declaration of a state of emergency on food security and the administration's sustained drive to attract investment in various aspects of agriculture and the food value chain. And of course, we're now headed to Kaduna, where Salamatu is standing by for stories from that area. Over to you, Salamatu.
Thank you, Mina, and a warm welcome to Kaduna. The Kaduna State government has commenced the distribution of fertilizer. Muhammad Umar Ajingi reports that about 400 trucks were deployed to support 100,000 smallholder farmers across the state.
Stakeholders in the agricultural sector and farmers have gathered once again here for another round of fertilizer distribution. For days, 400 trucks have been transporting these tons of fertilizer that now made up these pyramids, awaiting the arrival of the Kaduna State Governor to flag off the distribution exercise.
In just 2 years, we have transformed this vision into measurable progress. The agricultural sector budgetary allocation has risen from 1.4 billion in 2023 to about 100 billion in 2025.
What we've seen
Apologize for that intermittent problem there. And welcome to Abuja. The presidential initiative on unlocking the healthcare value chain has awarded an additional $15,000 to 3 top finalists in the healthcare innovation category, courtesy of the Nigerian Sovereign Investment Promotion. And that report will come in our subsequent bulletins. Operatives of the Nigerian Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, has intercepted dispatch riders involved in distributing illicit substances around Abuja. The officers also intercepted a consignment on cocaine and tramadol concealed in vehicle side mirrors destined for Libreville, Gabon, through the export shed of the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Ikeja, Lagos. Sawa Khalil Ibrahim has details.
The first batch of consignment consisting of 7,420 pills of tramadol and a total of 68 pellets of cocaine weighing 2.60 kilograms were intercepted in a cargo going to Gabon. A popular cargo agent handling the shipment and 2 other suspects were arrested. In a related development, NDLEA operatives on Friday, 1st August, arrested a businesswoman at a shop within the Trade Fair complex in Lagos following the interception of 100 grams of cocaine and 300 grams of phenacetin concealed in ladies' lipsticks going to Malabo, Equatorial Guinea, through the export shed of the Lagos airport on 10th July 2025 was also arrested. In Abuja, NDLEA operatives conducting intelligence-led stop and search operations in Gwarimpa, Jahi and Galadima areas of the FCT on Wednesday, 30th July, arrested 3 dispatch riders for distributing illicit substances around the city. A total of 149.8 grams of Canadian loud were recovered from them. Meanwhile, no fewer than 100,000 pills of tramadol capsules were seized from a suspect at an NDLEA checkpoint along Vandekia Ogoja Road in Benue State on Friday, 1st August. In Borno State, NDLEA operatives at the arrival hall of the Muhammad Buhari International Airport, Maiduguri, on Friday, 1st August, intercepted a consignment of 160 pills of tramadol concealed in footwears by a 38-year-old passenger who was promptly arrested. In Abuja, Salwa Khalil Ibrahim, NTA News.
As guidance of both environmental integrity and national safety, the Nigerian Forest Security Service, NFSS, is not merely a conservation body, but a critical pillar in the country's security architecture that must be recognized, empowered, and integrated more deeply into Nigeria's overall security strategy. Deputy Commander General, Intelligence, NFSS, John Meche, made this known at the ongoing nationwide intelligence training for personnel of the service in Plateau State. DCG Meche says strengthening the service capacity through better funding, training, and inter-agency collaboration is essential for improving Nigeria's internal security posture, as the service plays a vital and expanding role in Nigeria's security architecture.
To assent to the bill in front of his on his table right now. We are good to go. Like you can see that all the boys are trained.
We are ready. We are fully on ground at all costs. We only want the government to identify with us and give us the full backing to actualize the safety of of properties of life within the state.
Operational limitations. The NFSS says it will continue to be a vital force multiplier as guardians of the nation's ungoverned spaces. And I believe Salamatu is now ready for us, so we're heading right back to Kaduna.
Thank you, and we apologize for the hiccup in the phone. Thank you, and we apologize for the... Nigeria has reaffirmed its commitment to adding 30% value to all raw materials before export as part of efforts to boost economic growth and create more job opportunities. The Director General of the Raw Materials Research and Development Council, Professor Nyelugo Ike Monso, made this known at a two-day investors forum and capacity building workshop focused on the ginger and spices value chain held in Kaduna. The event brought together stakeholders, farmers, and investors to explore strategies for maximizing value addition in the agricultural sector, especially through sack farming and spice processing. Suraj Abdullahi completes this report.
Nigeria produces an estimated 523,000 metric tons of ginger annually, making it the second largest producer globally and the leading producer in Africa. These account % of the world total ginger production, according to the Nigerian Export Promotion Council. Despite this feat, ginger farming is grappling with several challenges, especially disease outbreaks that are threatening productivity. In response, the government and research institutions are intensifying efforts to mitigate this threats. One of the immediate solutions being proposed is the promotion of sack farming for ginger and other spices. This method is expected to bridge the production gap and improve output. To that end, a two-day investment and capacity building forum has been organized by the Raw Materials Research and Development Council in Kaduna, focusing on unlocking wealth through ginger and spice value chains. Representative of the Director General, Raw Materials Research and Development Council, says government is developing modalities to ensure a 30% value addition on all raw materials before export. This initiative is aimed at boosting economic growth and creating job opportunities.
If we add value, we create jobs for our youth, we create jobs for our women.
By reaching out, people, small-scale farmers are going to revive the economy.
Accept climate smart farming.
With the theme, Sustainable Growth and Economic Empowerment through Ginger and Spices, the event brought together small-scale farmers, investors, and government officials. Participants deliberated on the challenges hindering ginger production and proposed actionable solutions to advance the sector. In Kaduna, Suraj Abdullahi, NTA News.
Saraj Abdullahi's report completes our package from here. You're still watching Nationwide. We'll go on a short break, and thereafter, Port Harcourt is next on Nationwide.
Good evening and welcome to Port Harcourt. Reactions are trailing the announcement of a new date for the Rivers State Local Government Council elections billed for 30th August 2025. Emmanuel Helene spoke with some Port Harcourt residents. His report.
The reconstituted Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission has announced a new date for the local government council elections in Rivers State. Chairman of the commission, Dr. Michael Ode, who announced the new date at a stakeholders meeting in Port Harcourt, says the commission acted in line with the relevant laws establishing the commission in announcing the new date.
Taking proper cognizance of Section 13, Sub 5 of the RISEC law, which provides thus, that when the commission appoints a date for holding an election, and there is a reason to believe that a serious breach of peace is likely to occur if the election is held on that date, or it is impossible to conduct the election as a result of natural disaster or any other emergency, the Commission may postpone the election, provided that the reason for the postponement is cogent and verifiable.
Reacting to the announcement, some Port Harcourt residents applauded the Commission for the announcement as it will facilitate the election of elected officers to pilot the affairs of the council areas, which is long overdue.
The last RISEC, that was in March, announced a date. But because as a result of the emergency group, they need to postpone the date. And it's in line with the law.
Very important that at this point in time, elections are held so that legitimate sons and daughters who will be found worthy to be elected into our local government offices.
The date we expected is different from what we had, but nevertheless, it's still okay, and we believe we'll have a free and fair election.
Others, however, faulted the conduct of local government council election in a state of emergency. Many say following the set rules in line with constitutional provisions is key towards recording unnecessary litigations. In Port Harcourt, Emmanuel Lene, NTA News.
The Commissioner of Police, Rivers State Command, Adeyemi Adepoju, has pledged commitment to enhancing capacity of officers and men of the command in line with the directive of the Inspector General of Police. He gave the assurance at a training program organized for divisional police officers across the state. Marian Vincent Oko has details.
This training program for divisional police officers from formations across Rivers State, organized by the Rivers State Police Command, aims to improve their operating capacities towards ensuring effective service delivery. The training offered them opportunity to delve into areas such as administration of criminal justice, procedures for arrest, stocks and variation, among others. Commissioner of Police, Rivers State Command, Olugbenga Adepoju, says the in-house training is to refresh officers' knowledge in various areas of specialty. He stressed the commitment of the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetukun, towards repositioning the force, noting that the Rivers State Police Command will continue to key into the policies and programs of the IGP.
We've been trying to, up our game by continually training our men. Building capacity in line with the directive of the Inspector General of Police IGP Kayode Egbetukun, to ensure our men are well trained and also meet up with the trend of administration of criminal justice.
Some of the officers spoke with NTA, describing the training as an eye-opener, which has further strengthened their knowledge.
When times like this, in-house training comes up, it gives us an opportunity for us to refresh our memories on the things that we already taught.
It's an eye-opener that the administration of criminal justice is actually meant to foster understanding and guide the officers to investigate the case very well.
I so educative. We've not had a section like this. Today we've learned so much on medicals, on auditorium trials, administration of criminal justice, and so much more.
The one-day training was held at the Officers' Mess of the Rivers State Police Command in Port Harcourt. Mary and Vincent Oko, NTA News.
And those are the reports from Port Harcourt. Hawa in Lagos is next on Nationwide.
Well, thank you, Jenny. We apologize for that. We'll be going to Lagos right now. Welcome back to Abuja. President Bola Tinubu congratulates Nigeria's female basketball team, the Tigress, on their remarkable achievement of reaching the final of the 2025 FIBA Women's Afrobasket for the 5th consecutive time, following a hard-fought victory over Senegal. The president commends the resilience and dominance of the reigning champions, who have now defeated their Senegalese rivals for the 7th time with a historic 75-68 win at the Palais de la Sport, Trècheville, Abidjan, Côte d'Ivoire. President Tinubu celebrates the team's victory in what was dubbed the final before the final, and for already securing a place in the 2026 FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup qualifying tournaments scheduled for March 2026. The president has observed the discipline, focus, and team spirit consistently displayed by the Tigress throughout this tournament. Qualities that have brought honor to our nation and earned respect for our players and coaches worldwide. The president especially commended Rena Wakama, the team's first female head coach, whose leadership and experience both on the court and now from the bench continue to inspire the Tigress to new heights in this highly competitive sport. Nigerian leader assures the Tigress of his support as they pursue their 5th consecutive Afrobasket title and 7th overall. Similarly, Nigeria's First Lady, Oluremi Tinubu, congratulates the Tigress national basketball team for qualifying for the finals of this year's Afrobasket tournament. In her congratulatory message, the First Lady commends the team's 10-year unbeaten run, describing it as a product of commitment, dedication, hard work, and love for the game. She applauds the Tigress for keeping the Nigerian flag flying and for being a true inspiration and pride to girls and women in general. As the team steps out for the final match, the First Lady prays that God crowns their efforts with success, noting that the nation awaits their arrival with the trophy again. New Karu All-Stars have made their debut, cruising to the quarterfinals of the All-Stars Invitational Tournament in Abuja after an emphatic 3-0 bashing of NNPC Football Club. Details with Suleiman Musa on Sports Update.
Mali booked their place in the final of the 2025 FIBA Women's Afrobasket after a commanding 76-50 victory over tournament debutant South Sudan, setting the stage for a highly anticipated clash against defending champions Nigeria's the Tigress. It is a return to familiar territory for Mali, who are eyeing their second Afrobasket title and a first since their historic trump in 2007. Nigeria's the Tigress, who trumped Senegal 75-68 in the semi-final, are gunning for a record 5th straight Afrobasket title. To football, debutant New Karu All-Stars thrashed NNPC FC 3-0 in the last 16 of the ongoing Abuja All-Stars Invitational Tournament to continue their chase for glory as they secure a quarter-final spot. In the second match played, Lugbe All-Stars beat All-Stars International Abuja via a penalty shootout after a 1-1 draw at regulation time. in a closely contested encounter.
He who failed to plan will not succeed. I think our planning towards this competition is we are here to win the game, and we keep on training.
From the beginning, they call us underdogs, but we had one thing in mind. We said we are not just coming into this competition to participate; we are coming to make impact.
I feel great.
Did you prepare for penalty?
I prepared for penalty. Seriously, if my captain comes, that's the last exercise we did in our training.
Elsewhere, chairman of the FCT Football Coaches Association and other newly inaugurated officials have been charged to help drive the association to a new height. These were the charge given at the official inauguration of the new ESCOs for the FCT Football Coaches Association. According to the chairman, the ESCOs are poised to ensure they deliver on their mandate while urging the members for their usual support.
What we'll be doing differently from what we have done is to ensure that coaches' education is not taken for granted. That is very, very paramount. And then welfare have been doing it, they will have to step up.
The new ESCO have a tenure of 4 years. With Sport Update, Suleiman Musa, NTA Sports.
The Presidential Initiative on Unlocking the Healthcare Value Chain has awarded an additional $15,000 to 3 top finalists in the Healthcare Innovation category, courtesy of the Nigerian Sovereign Investment Authority Prize for Innovation Program. This year's competition brought together more than 5,000 participants focusing on innovative solutions in healthcare, education, and agriculture. Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, alongside the National Coordinator of PVAC, Dr. Abdul Mokhtar, and the Managing Director of NSIA, Amina Omar Siddiq, emphasized the importance of sustainability in innovation efforts, the need for strengthening local healthcare production, and the role of innovative solutions in catalyzing economic growth towards boosting the nation's productive capacity. The top 3 innovators were awarded a combined total of $220,000 in cash and equity to accelerate their businesses. The president of the Radio, Television and Theatre Arts Workers Union, RATAO, Emeka Kalu, has added his voice to the call for a dedicated special salary structure for media practitioners and those in the arts and culture industry. Joseph Otsen reports that this was during a visit by the union's new leadership to the Trade Union Congress 2UC at the National Council for Arts and Culture.
In unity and solidarity lies strength and progress. This is the message as the leadership of the Radio, Television and Theatre Arts Workers Union, RATAO, joins forces with the Trade Union Congress of Nigeria to push for better working conditions for the workers.
Management and employers try to divide our ranks, but I'd like to assure you that together we can surmount all of those challenges.
The advocacy train also made a stop at the headquarters of the National Council for Arts and Culture.
Let's have a special salary structure for cultural workers in Nigeria. Just like we're going to let's also have a special salary structure for media practitioners in Nigeria. These two, you look around, you see that our essential service status should place us prime at the Committee of Trade Unions.
So protecting and preserving culture for us is not just about keeping it on the wall. It's about putting it in your phone. So you can live with it, you can engage it. You can connect to it. Your children can connect to it. We are very, very connected to technology, innovation, and we see that as a critical part of what we do here.
At the heart of it all is a deep message that patriotism drives productivity. As storytellers and cultural ambassadors, members of the union are encouraged here to play a vital role in shaping the nation's image. In Abuja, Joseph Otsen, NTA News.
President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has congratulated Senator Aliyu Wadada Ahmed on his turbaning as the Magajin Dagin Lafia by His Royal Highness Justice Sidi Mohammed Baghe, the Emir of Lafia and Chairman Nasarawa State Council of Chiefs. President Tinubu describes the honor as a recognition of Wadada's commitment to public service, his deep-rooted connection to his people, and his long-standing contributions to the development of Nasarawa State and Nigeria at large. The president also commends the Emir of Lafia for upholding the noble tradition of honoring individuals whose character, leadership and patriotism embody the values of the emirate and reflect the spirit of unity, service and integrity. President Tinubu wishes the senator continued wisdom, strength and success in his dual role as a federal lawmaker and traditional title holder. It's now time to be heading to Maiduguri, where Wadiam is standing by with more stories. Hello, Wadiam.
Thank you for joining us in Maiduguri. You're welcome. Borno State government restates commitment to bridge the manpower deficit in the health sector as the newly established College of Nursing, Goza, sets to commence academic activities before the end of this year. Governor Babagana Umar Zulum gave the assurance shortly after an inspection of completed and ongoing projects in the area. Mohammed Goni reports.
On the second day of his engagement in Goza, Governor Zulum inspected two-story building College of Nursing, recently built by the Borno State government to address manpower deficit in the health sector. The entourage also inspected the students' hostel, expressing satisfaction with the quality of work. Professor Zulum revealed that an executive bill is currently before the State Assembly to provide legal backing for the institution.
Seeing the progress and level of work that has so far been achieved, the contractor has done exceedingly well. Inshallah, it's going to be open very soon.
The governor also inspected the newly renovated General Hospital Goza, where he interacted with medical personnel there and pledged to look into challenges confronting them, such as manpower shortage. High Islamic College was another ongoing project inspected by the governor. Professor Zulum proceeded to assess reconstruction of Wala village, the work of which is at advanced stage of completion, paving the way for resettlement of the community.
Borno State government, under the regional stabilization facility, has decided to establish another very important town in the political landscape of the local government area. And you have seen the level of.
Professor Zulum lauded residents of Warabe village for their courage and resilience in spite of repeated attacks. In addition to provision of other support, the governor announced provision of patrol vehicles and motorcycles to the civilian JTF and vigilante to enhance their operation in the community. In Maiduguri, Mohammed Goni, NTA News.
Adolescent Girls Initiative for Learning and Empowerment, Agile team, has emerged winner of a 2-week volleyball and storytelling competitions out of other series of games held nationally. The tournament was initiated by the national body of the Adolescent Girls Initiative for Learning and Empowerment, Agile. Abubakar Musa has more.
These are winners of volleyball and storytelling competitions under the Borno State Adolescent Girls Initiative for Learning and Empowerment Agile team, presenting trophies they received earlier at the Presidential Villa Abuja to the Commissioner of Education, Science, Technology and Innovation. 7 pilot Agile states in Nigeria participated in the preliminary competitions in Kaduna and Ekiti states, where Borno State contingent eventually emerged winner in volleyball and storytelling categories. Borno State Project Coordinator of Agile, Ibrahim Baba, said Nigeria's First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, who was impressed with the significant breakthrough, presented 50,000 naira each to participants from Borno, while wife of the Vice President, Nana Shetima, supported her by giving 5 million naira to the 24 winners as well as officials.
I have nothing to say rather than to thank the state government, especially His Excellency the Executive Governor of Borno State and the Honorable Commissioner, for giving us all the support in the course of our implementation.
In a pleasant remark, Commissioner for Education, Lawan Abo Kilby, also donated sports kit to the winners and commended management of Borno State Agile for upping its game.
A lot has gone into reactivating the school sports. So that has now shown us our effort has gone in the right direction.
Borno State Project Coordinator of Agile showcased an award of excellence earlier presented to him by the Governor of Ekiti State following the tournament. In Maiduguri, Abubakar Musa, NTA News.
That is our contribution from Maiduguri. We'll go on another commercial break, and after that, Lagos will take it from there. You're still watching Nationwide.
Welcome back to Nationwide, and glad to have you join us in Lagos. The actualization of the out-of-school children's program by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's Renewed Hope initiative is a task that must be embraced and supported by all Nigerians. This was the consensus at the town hall meeting of the National Commission for Almajiri and Out-of-School Children's Education Advocacy Engagement in Mushin. Bolaji Akim was there and now reports.
United Nations Child Education Fund UNICEF has put the number of out-of-school children in Nigeria between ages of 5 and 14 at 10.4 million, while Lagos, despite its high literacy level, accounts for over 2 million of this number. Alarmed by this figure, the National Commission for Almajiri and Out-of-School Children's Education, which is an integral part of Renewed Hope agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is determined to ensure that no Nigerian child is left roaming the streets. The Commission, through its advocacy team, is putting a square peg in a square hole in finding a lasting solution to a series of barriers, working against enrollment of Nigerian child for basic education.
If for whatever reason a child is not in school, the team, the volunteers, and any well-meaningful person that will identify the child, all they need to do is communicate with the government, and the government will actually provide.
It helps them become more enlightened citizens of the society, and we're also furnishing them with skills that they can help to be self-sustenance and self-reliance.
Having identified all the challenges, slogan child left behind, the meeting with the residents and community leaders in Mushin is to sensitize them on the future dangers and consequences of keeping the street.
We want to include whether they are Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo, no matter their skin color, every child deserves access to education.
The advocacy team is to move from word to word in the local government towards the realization of the Commission's goals. Stakeholders at the town hall engagement expressed determination to take the campaign of No Child Left Behind to the grassroots. In Lagos, Bolaji Akim, NTA News.
The need for media practitioners to equip themselves with knowledge about life and times of heroes past in Nigeria and beyond is pertinent. Reportage and project objective perception in the Nigerian story. This was stated by the convener of a media parley organized by Bimbo Cardoso to honor heroes past, especially those who have contributed to nation building and have left indelible footprints in the annals of history. Amaka Owu reports.
Nigeria has, as well as a long list of persons who have left indelible footprints in the sands of time. The media, as the fourth estate of the realm, many believe has the responsibility to educate and inform younger Nigerians on the values, contributions, and the impact of these great men and other leaders of the world whose legacies have gone down the annals of history.
When you know how you got along on a journey, it helps you. It gives you information, it gives you perspective.
These distinguished Nigerians contributed immensely in different fields of endeavor to national development and beyond. Nigeria's Minister of Information, Benson.
I think going back to the 60s, that everybody believed in one Nigeria. Then it was about your capability, your competence. Nigeria had just gained independence, and what we were interested in was taking the country forward.
Acknowledging the timeless impact of these great men, others say, will also further unite the country.
I'm glad that we have a president like
Asiwaju who knows that unity is very key to survival.
There were people who were selfless, who worked a lot of integrity, and I think it's important that the lessons of their lives be the actual instruction for our teeming youth.
It is a source of inspiration for the younger generations.
It's tremendous. Without them, we won't be where we are today. They all did a very good job.
The labor of our heroes past shall never be in vain resonates with a call to acknowledge the legacies and hard work of heroes past in Nigeria and beyond. In Lagos, Amaka O, NTA News.
Those are the reports from Lagos. It's back to Mina in Abuja for more nationwide.
Many thanks, Awal. The National Postgraduate Medical College of Nigeria has incorporated a competency-based model in advanced emergency obstetrics, newborn care, and surgical skills into the training curriculum for resident doctors in obstetrics and gynecology. Oluseye Adiagbo reports that this milestone and initiative of the Liverpool School of Tropical Medicine and Nigerian partners was highlighted during the 2024 Global Health Workforce Program.
Maternal mortality remains a critical public health issue across many African countries, with Nigeria bearing a significant burden. Compounding the crisis is the disproportionately high rates of deaths following cesarean sections in the region. In response, the Liverpool School of Tropical Medicine, in partnership with the Wellbeing Foundation Africa and the National Postgraduate Medical College of Nigeria, is implementing a major initiative to strengthen the capacity of healthcare workers. The project has trained more than 260 doctors, many of whom are already reporting improved outcomes in managing surgical emergencies.
This particular joint venture has impacted knowledge and skills that in different hospitals in Nigeria, they've acquired skills to save lives.
They were able to procure those mannequins that for the training, and we know they are quite expensive.
It is now mandatory for residents to go through this training in preparation for the exams.
The impact has really been huge. 2 centers of excellence in 2 places, Lagos University Teaching Hospital in the south and Federal Medical Center, Abuja in the north. Subsequently, what we're going to do is to try to look for funding so that we can set similar centers in each geopolitical zone in Nigeria.
And this is really the time to sit down together, find the investors, mobilize local investments to make sure that every single medical worker that comes into contact with pregnant women, a newborn in Nigeria, has received these trainings.
Stakeholders were unanimous of continued investments to sustain the program. In Abuja, Oluseye Adiagbo, NTA News.
Stakeholders of the All Progressives Congress, APC, in Niger State have commended the strides recorded under the Tinubu administration, throwing their weight behind the second-term bid of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The outcome of a meeting convened by Governor Ahmed Omar Bago, attended by national and state public office holders, including the Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris. Musaina Musa reports.
The consensus by the Niger State APC caucus was reached at a meeting organized to review the party's performance, settle unresolved inter-party disputes, preparatory to a successful outing at the upcoming local government council elections. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's endorsement was sequel to the renewed hope initiatives that include livestock development, Nigerian Education Loan Fund, and agricultural revolution, among others.
Every other stakeholder in the party, we've come unanimously to make sure and to reassure the center that Niger State, there is no second party. Niger State is 100% APC.
We are all for APC. We are for Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We are for our governor here. We have all agreed that we will continue to support the presidency of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and we will, God willing, also march with him as he seeks his re-election to to his second term.
Our state is witnessing progress, and anybody who does not love progress should please leave us alone. We are APC.
And we have seen what Mr. Governor has been doing, and we have all decided that we should endorse him for a second time.
Other speakers, while affirming their support, emphasized the need for the members to remain united in order to continue to harness the gains of democracy. Hussaina Musa, NT News.
The national convener of the Coalition of Nigerian Youths in Politics, Nnamdi Ezemago, says Nigerian youths are ready to work for the African Democratic Congress for identifying with a mobilizer to steer the affairs of youths in the party. He said this during a visit to the national youth leader, Balarabe Rufai, at the party's national secretariat. Balarabe Rufai, who has served in various capacities within established youth structures, including youth and student movements, says no youth will be left behind in building a better Nigeria. The national youth leader of the opposition party also tasks youths to be strong and formidable ahead of a new dawn that is full of opportunities for them. The Nigerian Air Force has received widespread commendation for its leadership in developing and implementing the Civilian Harm Mitigation and Response Action Plan, as well as for its growing role in advancing civilian protection efforts across the armed forces of Nigeria. This was at the United Nations and Tunisian Defense Forces Conference on Protection of Civilians held recently in Tunis, Tunisia. Director of Public Relations and Information, Air Commodore Ehimen Ejodame, indicates that the Nigerian Air Force was particularly applauded for embedding leadership oversight, training, and data collection into its operational framework to improve the protection of civilians. The integration of robust strategies and guidance across the full spectrum of NAF operations was cited as a forward-thinking model for modern air forces. The Chief of Air Staff, the Air Marshal Hassan Bala Abubakar, in a message by the Director of Cooperation and Coordination at the NAF Civil Military Relations Branch, Air Vice Marshal Edward Gapquet, emphasized that protecting civilians is not only a moral imperative, but a constitutional responsibility embedded in the 1999 Nigerian Constitution. He stressed the importance of balancing military objectives with humanitarian obligations, noting that we are committed to ensuring that past experiences have taught the NAF neglecting civilian harm mitigation short-term gains can quickly transform into long-term strategic setbacks. The Civil Defense, Correctional, Fire and Immigration Services Board has extended the closing date for its ongoing recruitment exercise by 1 week. A statement by the Secretary to the board, Major General Abdul Malik Jibril, retired, indicates that the recruitment portal, initially scheduled to close on Monday, 4th August, will now remain open until Monday, 11th of August, 2025. The extension, the statement notes, is to give more opportunity to interested applicants seeking enlistment into the paramilitary services for the board itself. The board restates that the official application portal remains https://recruitment.cdcfib.gov.ng and wants that the process is entirely free of charge. It also assures the public of a fair and transparent recruitment process. That's Nationwide for today. Thanks for your company. I am Mina Daniels.